Dragonfolk, I think it's time for another filler episode. Yeah, I love this anime arc. Welcome on in, Dragonfolk. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know I am. My name is Alex, and you are all here with me in the lair. Today, we've got more of this awesome Monarch Unlimited to open here. I know last time we opened it, we got a pretty awesome little bit of spice. You can always go ahead and check that out up over yonder. I gotta say, the time of recording this is right before Outsiders is due to release, and the fact that you can pull a legendary that's worth, even out of this unlimited, the fact you can pull a legendary is worth 3 times the price of the box itself. Pretty insane. Obviously, I'm sure these are going to go down significantly as time goes on, but I do truly think that over time, Monarch is going to be a set that is going to be remembered. That's the thing, is that with these early on sets, with how early this game is, you got to remember that when a set is first released, I mean, it's brand new to the game. So the very first light and dark set is, in fact, it's going to be well remembered as the very first light and dark set, the first set to introduce Illusionist and to introduce the Shadow Brute and the Shadow Rune Blade and all that stuff. So truly, I think that's something to be kind of hopeful for into the future as we move forward. I know the first edition boxes as of right now are, moving along as they would, but I know that the unlimited boxes are they're 50, $60 almost for a box. That's pretty insane, I gotta say, right? It's pretty insane. But I know that overall, it's a fun set to open. A lot of people really enjoy the theme of it all, right? And also, the foils just look so good. I mean, you got to worry about the foiling, the curling, and all that jazz that happen from all of these, but I think it just happens with TCGs these days. It's hard to realize, but the recording of this video is right before the weekend of pre-release for Outsiders, so this video may not come out at the time in which I have recorded it, because I'm going to have other things that I'm going to want to record for. But I figured I'd open this up. This is, again, another piece of product from the anti-buyout kit that I bought from MinMax Games. They were oh so generous to take one look at the market and go, how can we get a bunch of this unlimited product that nobody seems to be buying out of our store? And well, they did it, because I bought it. I know a lot of other people ended up buying it, and it's just a good time. I don't know, I'm happy opening packs. I don't normally get the opportunity to open a lot of packs, and this was just at such a good price, I couldn't really pass it up. So just look what I'm saying. Look at how good these light cards look. Just the sword being holographic right there, like the sword being foil and the wings being foil. I like subtle foilings, not too subtle that you can't really see it on the card, but subtle enough to where it's not the entire card. I think giving the entire card a rainbow foil treatment kind of, that obviously increases the amount and the rate at which it is, the rate at which it becomes curled. So we don't want that. What a name for a card, though, right? Convulsions from the Bellows of Hell. What a card. What an insane thing. So, look at that. Again, another, very subtle foiling, essentially. It's not like the whole card, it's just a little bit. I think it's cool. But Monarch Unlimited is what this is. We're not opening Monarch First Ed right now. Although, if I get my hands on more of it, I might, just because I think Monarch First Ed's pretty good. A lot of people are still skeptical about it because of the print run thing that happened, where we learned more about the print run, and the print run ended up being a lot higher than one thought. And because of that, they didn't end up, a lot of people were just like, oh, this is a toxic asset, Flesh and Blood's dead. It's not going to make it past this. Like, they're printing everything to the ground already, and it's not even it's only the 4th set in the thing. And I think this is where LSS was like, well, maybe we just get rid of the 1st edition stuff for now, and we move on from that and do something more. This card's so cool looking. Lunar Tide Plunderer. I love this card. Such a cool card. I'd get that card signed. Who does the art for this? Who does the art for Lunar Tide Plunderer? Oh, I can't read your name off the top of my head. Imerenta Crovius? I don't know if I can't focus on that. Crovius. You're next I see you, I'm getting a card signed. That card looks sick. But I think it's just one of those things, like, the set being the way it is, I think a lot of people are very, very scared because they think that it's just, it's gonna be nothing. The set's gonna be worth nothing, and you're never gonna be able to make any kind of money off of it in the future. But, like, you guys gotta realize this is a card game, Like, these cards are meant to be played with, and people gotta play with them. And more importantly, this unlimited stuff, right? This unlimited stuff is sitting at $60 a box. How many TCGs do you know that they can sell a box of cards for $60 and still have a pretty good amount of awesome playable cards in them? I mean, yeah, like right now in Classic Constructed, oops, that is a foil. Yeah, right now in Classic Constructed, I mean, Prism and Chain are in fact both, they're both living legends. So, like, 2 out of the 4 heroes from this set are not available for play in the highest level format, but you can still use them in Blitz, and that's pretty good. You can still play these things in Common. There's still a lot of these cards that are good in Commoner. You've got plenty of Clash, even, like, not to mention you've got all these cards that you can utilize for things later on down the road. I mean, we do have the Dusk Till Dawn stuff coming, right? I believe we talked about that in our last video. How we've got that coming, and we don't know what's really going to be in there. So the fact that we're just kind of assuming at this point that it's going to be light and shadow, obviously it's been told it's been light and shadow themed. So we're probably going to get more light and shadow cards. Therefore, everybody who had all these cards and were like, oh, these Majestics are bulk, and all the stuff for Shadow Runeblade and Light Illusionist, like, we can throw it away because we're not even able to play it. But you got to focus on the future. The game's only 3 years old. You're not going to be getting many places with just that. I got to say, though, this is kind of ridiculous. The fact that we're what looks to be almost halfway through the box and not a single Majestic. So we are certainly not doing too great in the realm of this box. This may be one of the reasons why people don't buy this product, but I think we still got hope. I always hold out hope. We've got a lot of good things in here. Regardless, I'm getting cards that I didn't have before. So as a player and a collector, I know I'm at least filling out some slots for that. But, yeah, the set's good, and I think there's a lot of stuff in here that a lot of people are not going to realize are going to be useful later on. I mean, you even see people using Memorial Ground in some decks, especially like Commoner decks. You see people using them in Commoner decks, and that's like a new tech, I think, so kind of neat there. But, ooh, foil Aether Ironweave, that's actually not bad. The equipment in foil is usually pretty okay, If it's not it's no library, and it's no legendary, definitely no Majestic, but it is cool. But I think a lot of the stuff is it's one of those things. You gotta open it for the sake of loving the product. There's a Majestic, a foil Majestic Exude Confidence. Our first Majestic is a foil, nonetheless. So, very interesting there. I'm going to move this to the side so we don't have to see all those. Foil Exude Confidence being the very first Majestic we pull. We have, like, 6? Not 6. There's, like, at least, like, 10 more packs down there. So, Hopefully the rest of these are just the Majestics that we are due to get. But regardless, I'm having a good time opening this. I love the product. I think it's good. And there's another Majestic, Herald of Erudition. We'd like to see that. And then a foil rare. Again, we got some pretty good stuff for Light Illusionist out of the last time we opened Monarch. So hopefully we can either continue that trend or we can change it up and get some cool shadow stuff. Whoop, that pack is garbage. I'd like to get a nice little mix of both. I think both is good. I would like to get both. But of course, no need to be greedy. We like just to enjoy the product. Foil Herald of Judgment. God, just look how good these look. I don't know if the lighting really ever does it justice, but like, that just looks good. Good Light Illusionist foils. I can't wait to play these. And again, here on the channel, we have a lot of focus on Commoner and Clash and stuff. So like, the big hits are good, but I think opening these things is also really great for me too, because a lot of these cards I can utilize when getting, when building decks for other people to use, right? So that way I don't have to go around being like, oh, I don't have any more cards to build a, you know, a Commoner chain deck or a Clash chain deck. I'll have them, or at least a good portion of them here, you know, while I've got them. Obviously, like, some of the Majestics and stuff for Clash might be missing, but overall not terrible. It's a rare, another rare, and another rare. Look at that. Triple rare pack. Not terrible. I'd prefer some more Majestics, though. I gotta say, this is probably one of those boxes that a lot of people look at and go, well, this is why it's not worth $60. Because, to be honest, I don't even think this is worth $60 from what we've pulled out of here so far. But, you know, monetary worth is different compared to... Whoa. Flipped those cards right out of my hand. Did you see that? Monetary worth is a little bit interesting. We've got 5 packs left. It's, again... These are cards I can use. I can utilize these commons. I can utilize these things. And I can, you know, sell them at a rate that are... I'm able to give somebody a product and have them be able to play with it. As opposed to just being like, oh, well, didn't pull legendary. Well, I guess that's it. Another Deep-Rooted Evil. I get these all the time. I don't know whether or not that's even a card that's run in another foil pound for pound. I don't even know if that's a card that's like run in Levia. I don't think I've seen it in many lists, but maybe I'm wrong. But I've gotten it several times. I at least have a playset now. So that'll be good. If I ever play her in CC. Whoops, we just skip right past this. The Double Seek Horizon, kind of unfortunate. And then a foil rare. A lot of these rares. There's a lot of rares coming out of here. So I'm at least going to be good on some playsets. Get some foils out of here that are going to be going for a little while. Because these unlimited foils are also doing pretty good too, if I recall correctly. So another Nourishing Emptiness. Love to see that. And a Herald of Protection. So now we've got 2 Nourishing Emptiness. That's pretty good. These Majestics are certainly coming through now that we're at the last 2 packs here. So let's see what we can pull out of here. Eclipse Existence. I may have missed this card, but like, look how cool that card looks. Carlos Kuchaga. Carlos, bro, that looks amazing. I want all of that. It's probably the one reason why I want to play Shadow stuff, is because like that looks really, really good. And while the Brute stuff seems out of place, it's understanding why they put it in here, because Levia, right? Another Genesis. Majestic there. So we've now got 2 Genesis. One of them foil, one of them not. All right, guys. This is it. Last one for Monarch. Then it'll probably be a while before I open up Monarch again. But regardless, we had a fun time. I enjoy this product. I think all of you, if you're looking to crack a box, $60 for something like this is pretty good. So, yep. So, not too much. Again, this is probably one of the worst boxes you could get with just 5 Majestics. But I say, even overall, we got a couple more things for Light Illusionist. A foil Majestic Exude Confidence, which I think goes for a little bit right now. especially since I think Briar runs that. And overall, right, the experience is good. I've got more cards for me to go through and play in Common or in Clash. And overall, $60 for a value like this, I don't think it's a terrible loss. I mean, you can't ever open a box expecting to get your value back. That's bad arbitrage. It's almost never going to happen. So you shouldn't go into it assuming that you are going to open it to get a lot of cards that will make you money so that you could buy another box with the cards that you just opened. The point of these is to get cards into the market. Assume you're like an LGS. You open these boxes to sell them, but that's because you are a business that sells these cards. But the point of the matter is that they open them and they assume that they will take a loss because this product needs to get to the market. And people will eventually buy these. Like, this Deep-Rooted Evil could very well go for $20 at some point in the future if that ever happens. But again, it's all assuming. We all don't really know. We just kind of take it day by day. We get playing with the heroes that we want to play as a player. We care about the way our heroes play and the cards that we can get for them and how accessible they are. And eventually, as time goes on, we will get more and more things like History Pack Volume 1 and all the other history packs in White Border that will help alleviate the loss of product in the open market for the earlier stuff. But I think from Uprising onward, you're probably not going to see any kind of history pack simply because those boxes are probably going to be around for some time. But we'll see. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Are you in the market for buying a $60 box of Monarch Unlimited? Or would you rather maybe save up that money and go buy something else? Do you like cracking packs and you want to do it for a cheap cost? This is definitely a way to do it. Again, you can always go to MinMax Games and check them out. But while you're down there, leaving that comment, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. We do also have a Patreon and a community channel membership here on the channel. So if you wanted to check out any of those, feel free to, but they're absolutely not necessary. I do appreciate any kind of support you guys have, whether it be monetized or not. So thank you again. I love your faces, and I will see you all very soon. Nerd out.